Hello everyone, this is Ruby of Somber Roses, and this is a full run analysis of BlazeMind's deciding seed in the round of 16 of the ranked playoff Season 9 versus Mungie. You can find BlazeMind's full run in the description along with a bunch of helpful speedrunning resources. This seed was a buried treasure seed, so BlazeMind uses his pie chart here to look for a buried treasure. He gets a spike and he's able to run over to the chunk that he knows it's in, and buried treasures always spawn on the 9-9 chunk coordinates, so he knows exactly where it is. He used a strategy called fast looting there to loot the chest very quickly. And he was looking to the right there because you actually swim faster when you're looking at a 45-degree angle. He's getting wood right now, and while he's getting wood, he's looking at F5 to see if he can spot a lava ravine. This is going to be where he's going to build his portal. He crafts shears here to collect leaves to use as blocks throughout the run, which you can see there. He's getting a lot of leaves. That's going to be useful for getting to the bastion and for doing the bastion route itself. He's getting wood right now for beds. You can see he's crafting a door and a boat. The boat's going to be helpful for traveling throughout the run because you can boat off of things, you can boat clutch, and it's going to be very helpful for boat eye, which I will explain later, but there's going to be a full explanation of that in the description too. The doors are going to be used to create air pockets, which you can use to create a portal with at the bottom of this magma ravine. He's going to be collecting gravel right now for flint for his magma ravine, so that he can light his portal. He crafts his flint and steel as the magma's pulling him down to save time. And there you saw he grabbed the lava from under the... This is so hard to commentate, it's so fast. He grabbed the lava from under the block before the water could get to it. That is a strategy called a 2x1 lava portal. As he's entering the nether, he immediately sees the bastion, he heads over, and while he's heading over, he looks to see if he can see the fortress, and he does see it in the left-hand side of his screen. This is a housing bastion, so he's going to be doing a simple top-down route. He blocks himself in this hole here to be able to safely loot the chest, and he drops a gold ingot here to distract the piglins. He punches one there to anger them so that they chase him, come down to the piglin hole, and so he can do his bastion route and successfully trade with the piglins. He breaks that block there to bring down more piglins, you can see there, and then he just drops them down below him. That's just to make sure he gets as many piglins as possible, because more piglins means faster trading. He blocks himself in here, and this is where all of the gold blocks are. You might have seen there, he switched his game difficulty to hard. That's because the higher your difficulty is, the more blocks piglins can fall down when they're mad at you. So it makes sure he gets all of the piglins from above him to fall down and into this piglin hole. He's throwing this gold to these piglins as they're trading so that they never run out of it. So that they just constantly keep trading. He's going to start organizing his inventory here, and you'll see that he'll craft two things. He'll craft beds, and he'll craft a sword. The sword is to be able to kill blazes, and the two beds are to clear out the blaze spawner to allow more blazes to spawn. He's going to throw a pearl here. He's then going to lower his render distance, and this deloads the pearl. So that at any time, he can raise his render distance and load the pearl to teleport over there. What he did there with the gravel was he placed it over the piglins so that the items would be elevated up, and so he could pick them up easier. He's organized his inventory here. He's just waiting for a bit more pearls and a bit more string. He splashes fire res in case of lava, and then he loads the pearl that he threw previously. But he sees the blaze spawner over here, so he decides to pearl directly over to it. After he kills this blaze, he uses a strategy called blaze bedding to use a bed in the nether to blow up blocks around the blaze spawner. More space means that more blazes can spawn at one time, which makes it a lot faster. He's using soul sand here to extend out the platform. He's using soul sand specifically because he has soul speed, so it makes him faster. It's going to slow the blazes down, and he just has a lot of it already from his piglin trades. He's going to continue mining out the spawner here. Again, just to get more blazes to spawn at once. And then he's going to bridge over here, and he's going to go collect some of this glowstone. This is because glowstone can be used to craft respawn anchors, which explode in the end. So they can be used as an alternative to beds, which can also be used to kill the dragon with. He didn't get much string to craft wool for beds from his bastion, so it's good that he was able to grab some glowstone. After he kills these blazes, he's going to be crafting his beds, a bow, and his respawn anchors. The beds and respawn anchors are to kill the dragon, and the bow is to be able to use multiple beds at once to be able to damage the dragon during a zero cycle. He's setting up his boat for his boat eye measurement before he goes through the portal. That saves time during the portal animation, and here he's using a strategy called pixel perfect eye measurement, or boat eye, to be able to get to the stronghold by throwing only one eye. I explained this in my last analysis, but there's also going to be an explanation video of it and a tutorial in the description in case you're curious. As he's grabbing extra rods here, I can explain a little bit of how it works. He's going to be pearl hanging here once again. Getting out of a boat aligns your position similarly every time you do it. So it can be used to more accurately measure where the stronghold is using a stronghold calculator called Ninja Brainbot. He loads his pearl there. He's going to be heading towards these coordinates that his calculator tells him to go to. He's going to be using the side of the fortress here to get to it, which I think is quite smart. And he's going to be bridging over. He contemplates pearling, but he decides to bridge with soul sand instead because he does have soul speed. It's going to be pretty fast. And he's on his coords. He's going to be building his portal here. He messes up a tiny bit there, but he's able to recover. And he's going to be using preemptive here, similarly to how he looked for the buried treasure. He's going to be looking around, seeing if he can see a block entity. The block entity we're looking for right now, though, instead of a chest, is a silverfish spawner inside the portal room. So he sees a spike, he's following it, and he's able to find the portal room in just a second here. He doesn't need to hunger reset as he has food. He drag clicks to place in all of the eyes, and he's able to enter the end and attempt the zero cycle. This is a back zero cycle, which means the dragon chose to go to the back diagonal of the end, opposed to the front diagonal. And Blazemind was kind of slow on the pearls here, so he tries to get up to a specific height, thinking he can push his luck, and he misses the bed. That there is when he should have exploded the bed, and the dragon was then too low for him to hit it. He is still able to attempt the backup strategy here. He's going to be doing a strategy called full bow. That is the same as a normal one cycle where you kill the dragon in the fountain, but you also use a bow to take out all of the crystals. And you might have seen there, if you've seen the dragon perch before, that was it perching right there. And because it perched while he was full bowing, it perched the wrong way. It perched from east to west instead of north to south. So these beds aren't going to do as much damage as Blazemind wants them to do. And he's going to have to finish it up with a sword here. However, you can only do a third of the dragon's health at one time before it flies away. So Blazemind also has to follow up here with a lot of bow shots because the caged crystals are still alive. The dragon can still recover from those two caged crystals. So Blazemind had to shoot down the dragon before the dragon can heal too much from those crystals. Luckily, he was able to get it off. That is just an example of how even the top runners can mess up sometimes. And that's the run. Thank you all so much for watching, subscribe if you enjoyed, and leave whatever I missed in the comments. There's only so much I can cover about this run in 9 minutes. I'll be leaving the original run by Blazemind along with a bunch of helpful speedrunning resources in the description. See ya!